Hey everyone, Rainbow Warrior here, and today the character beanie I'm going to show you how to create is Cyclops from the X-Men. This beanie is really simple to make, so I'm going to show you what you need and let's get started. Alrighty, for our yarn you're going to need a blue, a yellow, and a red. I am using all Red Heart Super Saver in the colors Royal Blue, Bright Yellow, and Cherry Red. Your hook, I'm using size I hook for everything, and you're going to need scissors and a tapestry needle. Alright, I'm using an I hook to create this hat, and starting with your blue color, you're going to begin with a magic loop or a magic ring, and we're going to chain one to secure our ring. Alright, now we're going to do 12 double crochets into that ring. Alright, after you have your 12 stitches, you're going to pull your tail tight, and we're going to slip stitch to join. Now for round 2, we're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. And as you can see, I do not chain before each row, just for personal preference. And I'm not going to slip stitch after this round either. So after round 2, you should have 24 stitches. Alright, so rather than slip stitching to join, I'm just going to work in a continual round. And for round 3, we're going to do 2 double crochet in the first stitch and 1 double crochet in the next stitch, all the way around. Okay, end of round 3, we should have ended with 36 stitches. And for round 4, we're going to do 2 double crochets in our first stitch, one in the next stitch, and one in the next. Alright, end of round 4, and we're finished with our increases. So we should have ended up with 48 stitches. And I'm going to place my stitch marker from here on out, just using another color yarn. That way I can place my last stitch, and I can keep track of how many rounds I'm doing. So I'm on round 5, and I'm simply going to double crochet in each stitch all the way around. And I'm going to do this for rounds 5 through 10. For row 11, we're going to begin half double crocheting in each stitch. And for row 12, our last row, we're going to single crochet in every stitch. Once you reach the end of your round, we're going to slip stitch to join, and we're done our hat. And as you can see, I already cut my yarn, and I'll work on sewing that in later. Alright, and as you can see, we have no seam on our hat. Just the way I like it. So I'm going to take my stitch marker out. And now that we're done with the hat portion of our project, we're going to move on to the visor or the mask. Alright, I'm still using a size I hook, and we're going to grab our red yarn and begin with a slip knot. And we're going to chain 18. And if you are making a kid size hat, then be sure to just adjust the amount of stitches. So this red portion is what fits from one eye to the other. So adjust accordingly if you're making a smaller size. Okay, now we're going to double crochet in the third chain from the hook and all the way down that chain. When we reach the end chain, we're going to place 3 double crochets. And now we're going to double crochet down the opposite side of the chain. Alright, and once you reach the end, you're going to slip stitch to join and cut your yarn. Pull that tail through and we're done with our red. Now we're going to attach our yellow yarn. And you can really attach it anywhere on your project. I'm going to attach it right by my tail so that I can lock it in. Chain 1 to secure, and double crochet in each stitch. An option to lock both of those tails in so you don't have to worry about them getting in your way later. Alright, and once you get to your stitches on your side, you're going to put 2 double crochets in each stitch. Just like that. And now we're going to continue double crocheting along the bottom. And when we reach the middle, we're going to slip stitch. And that's going to be where our nose would be. Alright, and you're going to find the middle of your piece, and you can do that by eyeballing it, so you can count your stitches, you can fold your project in half, whatever you need to do to find that middle stitch. And we're going to slip stitch in that middle stitch. And you see me do a single crochet here, but I go back and fix that, so do as I say, not as I do. I now continue double crocheting in each stitch, and again when we get to the side of our work, we're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. Alright, we're doing our increases on the side. And now we're going to slip stitch to join. And we're going to do one more round of yellow. So for this next round, we're going to do a double crochet in each stitch. And we're going to again slip stitch when we come to that middle stitch. And when you went all the way around, slip stitch to join, and we have our visor. I'm going to go back, and rather than slip stitching in the stitch, I'm going to slip stitch to the red, just to make that more distinct. And now we need to create the 2 yellow circles to attach our visor to. So we're done with this piece. You can cut your tail and pull it through. And I'm really happy with the look of this. So grab your yellow yarn and start with a magic circle. Chain 1 to secure. And we're going to do 12 double crochets in that magic circle. Alright, when you're done, pull your tail tight to close off your circle, and we're going to slip stitch to join our round. Okay, next round, I'm going to do 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and repeat that all the way around. Alright, and you should have a nice curved circle there, and we're going to slip stitch to join our round, and we're done with our circles. So cut a medium length tail here, not too long, because I'm going to use my tail to attach this to my hat. and you're going to make a second circle the exact same way. Alright, now to assemble our beanie. You're going to thread your yellow yarn, a medium length size, or you could have used a tail if you wanted to. I just forgot to do that. And you're going to start by tying a knot in it and then pulling it on the outside of your hat. And then I am simply just tying another knot with my end tail and the yarn that I'm using. Just lots of knots here. And now I'm going to go all the way around my visor. I'm attaching it towards the bottom, making sure it lays out just how I want it. And I'm simply going to go in the outer stitches of my visor, and I'm just going to go in between the stitches of my hat, wherever it may fall. And I'm not going to show you all this, obviously, because I don't want to bore you to death, but you can attach this however method you want to. I don't know if there's a proper way, really, to do anything, but I self-taught myself all of these things, so if I ever do something incorrectly, just let me know if there's a better technique to use or a better way to do it. Alrighty, and once you go all the way around your visor, you want to put your yarn back inside your hat, and you can tie that in a knot and secure it if you wish, or sew it in, whatever you want to do. I'm doing it later. And it looks good. And it looks good flat, but I always like to try it on just in case to make sure it's in the right spot, right where I want it. And I like it. I like that it kind of hangs off the bottom of the hat a little bit. I think it's perfect, really, so I'm going to keep going and attach my circles. I'm going to place them right where I want them, overlapping the visor just a little bit and at the bottom of the hat. And I'm simply going to go around the whole circle and stitch it to the hat. Again, really simple, and I'm just going in the outer stitches. That way my circle is nice and connected and it's not going to flap up or get messed up when it's worn. And you're going to do the same thing with the other circle on the other side, and you need to make sure that it lines up nicely. So just look at your rows so you're nice and symmetrical. And then same thing, use the tail and attach it to your hat. Alright, I've got everything assembled here. Everything looks good. All my pieces are nice and secure and exactly where I want them. So I'm just going to do one more try on and make sure it looks good. And I do love it. I think that you can definitely tell what character I'm supposed to be. And yeah, I really like this beanie. It's probably one of my favorites that I've made so far. If you would like to check out tutorials from my other character beanies, you can do that now. Be sure to subscribe for more tutorials and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this pattern. Let me know down below if you have any questions or requests, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.